exporting using the wizard. We were going to do it in class, but we didn't have time. So I am going into the virtual machine. I'm going to maximize it there. I'm already in the management studio, and I want to go into Canvas, and I'm going to go to Files. And we're going to download a text file, which is new services text. It's a comma delimited file. And we're going to use the wizard to import it into Community Assist. The examples will be in Community Assist. When you do your assignment, you will do it with Metro Alt. So I am going to click on this. You can't like copy or that. We need to download it. And I am going to save it. Okay. So now that it's done, I want to open it in Notepad. And there's something I want to do. I want to save it again. And I want to make sure that it is not ANSI, but UTF-8. So I'm going to save that. And yes, I do want to replace it. If you don't save it as Unicode, you will get errors because SQL Server will not import ANSI into Unicode, which is strange, but that is the way it is. All right, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to minimize the canvas. So on Community Assist, I'm going to right-click. I'm going to do Tasks, and I'm going to go to Import Data. We could do Import Flat File too, but I think Import Data will give us the same options. This is just a splash screen, so I'm going to say Next. Okay, so when it gives me the wizard, it says gives me a data source, and the data source that we want for this is a flat file source. A flat file means it's not a relational database or anything. So we have to find where that file is, and it should be in Downloads. So let's go to Downloads. There's New Services. I'm going to open it. All right, so everything there looks good. If you want to look at a preview, you can see, you know, those are the services, the one-time max, lifetime max, and the descriptions. It's actually really important to do that, to do a preview, because if there are any missing commas or anything is out of place, the columns will be all screwed up, right? And then it won't work. So you want to make sure that the columns are in the right place. The other thing I'm going to do is Advanced. All right, so the name is a column delimiter. Its output width is 50, and its text qualified as true. All of those things should be okay. The one-time max is the data type is string here. We do not want string. We want decimal, unless there's a currency. I do not see, there is a currency. We could try that. I'm going to do the life max. I'm also going to change it to currency. If currency doesn't work, we'll have to change it to decimal. Description is fine, except that for the output width, let's make it 255. All right, so if these changes work, we should be able to import this just fine. So I'm going to do Next. Now this is where we do the destination. So our destination is going to be a SQL Server native client. We're going to use Windows Authentication, and we're going to use the Community Assist database. So we'll do Next. Now this is a little bit confusing because the source is going to be new services text. The destination by default will be a new table called services text, but we don't want that. We want to bring it into grant type. And then we need to edit the mappings. We need to make sure that things are going to cross. So the destination for name is grant type name. The destination for one type max is grant type maximum, grant type lifetime maximum, and then the last one is grant type description. So those can all, right now it's not saying that there's any issues with that. It should be fine. So I'm going to do OK. And then I'm going to do next. And we have a warning on grant type and description. I'm not sure what the warning is. Oh, potential loss. But I think we'll be fine. I'm going to do next. I'm going to run immediately. I'm going to finish. And everything worked. 5 rows were transformed. So I'm going to close this. And in the grant types, I'm just going to do a new query. Select asterisk from grant type. And I think what I need to do here real quickly is make my fonts bigger. So I'm going to okay, so Gonzalez is fine, but let's make it like about 16. Then close. I'm going to close this, not save it. I'm going to reopen it so that I should have the bigger font. I guess I still don't. Tools, options, fonts and colors. So I guess we just want the text. Huh. Should all be 16. I don't know why it's not making my font bigger. I might have to read. Oh, text editor. Well, no, that's not what I want. I can do a change there with all languages and add line numbers. I guess I'll just zoom. All right. So I'll do select star from grant type. We will run that, and we will run that with nothing selected, and you'll see at the very bottom, emergency travel, internet, computer, pets, car repair, and hotel. All of those were added to the grant type table. So that went really smoothly. And I just want to say that it would not necessarily go that smoothly. If you get any of the data types wrong or the precisions wrong, you'll have to go back in the wizard and correct things. So now I want to do an export. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do tasks, and I'm going to export. So we're just going to export data, and it'll bring up a similar wizard. I'm going to do next, and the data source this time will be SQL Server native client, and we're using Community Assist. All right, and the destination will be a flat file destination. Now, I need to probably create this file. So in the file folder, I'm going to go to local disk C. I'm going to add a new folder. We probably should have done this beforehand, but we can do it right now. I'm going to call this temp. We may use this other times too. Inside of temp, I'm going to create a new text document. And I'm going to call it employee.txt. I think I'm going to open it. It's empty, but I want to save it. File, save as, and again, make it a UTF-8. And I'm going to save that. And then yes. So we have an empty employee file. That is Unicode. And it's in C temp. So the file name is browse. We want to go to C drive. So that would be local disk C, temp, employee text. And we'll do open for that. Okay, so it'll be delimited. And we will go to next. And we want to copy data from one or more tables or views, or we want to write a query. And actually, this time we do want to write a query. So here is the query. And in your assignment, I actually gave you the query that you want. I am going to do select person last name, person first name, employee and person. Let's do person email. Okay, I'm going to do employee hire date. I'm trying to think of what else is in employee. Can I do this? Employee hire date, and we'll do their annual salary, I guess. So here's the wizard down here. Okay, and so we'll do it from person, and I'll do a P there. I'm going to do an inner join employee. Make that an E, and on E dot person key equals P dot person key. And you can parse this to make sure that everything's okay. If it's not valid, it will give you errors. So I'm going to do next. Okay. We could edit mappings, but this is fine. I'm going to do okay. I'm going to do next. I am going to run immediately. And then I will finish, and everything succeeded. And the proof of that is to go to the file. This is the employee text. I'm going to open it, and there are 6 employees that we have transferred. So that is the import and export. I'm going to kill the Zoom. I am going to get out of here and close this video.